Alright guys, welcome back. So MSTR, so it has been a while and a lot has happened ever since. Stock trading 5% down to then 287, and last time looks like I made a video about this one. Up until then, you can see MSTR. We were talking about literally every single week, and then last time, February 2nd, Bitcoin has topped. This was after Forbes saying that Michael Saylor is the Bitcoin alchemist. That was the headline, and I'm like, this is not me actually, but everybody else on Twitter as well. We're pretty much on X posting this and saying that every time Forbes has come up with something like this, it was a top for that niche or for that industry, at least local. Okay, I'm not saying that your Bitcoin has to go to zero. No, absolutely not. But this move right here is pretty crazy, volatile move. After being down significantly, going up and down. So you can see from last option expiration, which was somewhere around $300 levels, we are right back at these levels. Stock is trading with very large range, and stock is below still its 50-day moving average. I still consider this price action downtrend, but of course ultra short term, yes, I'm looking at an uptrend until it breaks the 5-day moving average. So this gray line on my chart represents 5-day moving average, this blue line represents 20-day moving average, and this red line represents 200-day moving average. But way before here, I think I called out this one right here. So for those people, of course, sorry guys, for those people who are on YouTube, if you went to the Discord, I was pretty active. That's why I wasn't posting much, because I was trading the heck out of this market in and out every single day. So that's why I wasn't able to make much of a even like these that I throw into your ways, guys. So I was saying that MSTR target 240 by March 21st, and that was posted a while ago, somewhere February 18th. So yeah, somewhere right here. And then we almost tagged that $240 levels, but it happened very fast. But anyhow, I saw that after option expiration that this stock could move, and yeah, flush down with Bitcoin, of course. And now let's take a look at the Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the what I'm watching from here now for this stock. And again, I don't care if you are like Bitcoin maximalist or if you don't understand what MSTR is all about. And we have talked about this enough, and there's no argument to be had here. You're not going to change my mind. So I still think that even at these prices where Bitcoin is trading, you are essentially overpaying double of the Bitcoin valuation by purchasing one MSTR share. You're essentially overpaying for Bitcoin double the price. This is as plain as it is, and it's, there's nothing crazy going on over there. So he's representing himself, the guy, CEO. So good for him that it's working out for him. His employees, they're getting paid. His shareholders, well, you guys are the ones who are not getting paid after, especially purchasing so much Bitcoins at these high levels, where their cost now is at what, 65 or 62. We can take a look at it too. And a lot of people are saying like he's going to get margin called, or he's going to be in trouble if Bitcoin comes to these levels. But my take was always that Bitcoin doesn't have to come down. Bitcoin can stay up, but as long as Bitcoin goes into this like a long consolidation periods, you can see the MSTR price depreciate, go down, because essentially, this is just levered ETF. Just for me, again, for you, I don't know what it is, but for me, it's just it's CEO's. I'm just quoting the CEO. Actually, it's not even my take; it's his take. So you are essentially, he said it's just pretty much a levered Bitcoin ETF. That's what he said in one of his interviews, and I think I have shared that one too. So that's what it is. So when Bitcoin goes to sleepy mode, people will sell premium, just like what happened here. If you take a look at my videos where I talked about this one, where I was saying IV crush, a lot of people didn't understand. That's what I meant. I look at the, and I think elaborated on this one too. So you go take a look at the option expiration to option expiration. You can do something like this where you can see it spent quite some time consolidating, but it's not always it has to go up. It can also break down after going sideways like this. Let's say it will stay another like couple months in this range, or maybe range will be now after we are out of this range. Now maybe range will be between 320 and 240, and then at some point it will just crack below, regardless of the Bitcoin price, because the stock trades with premium, 100% premium. So last time I looked at it was like 80%, 90% premium if you compare it to mining stocks, other mining stocks. But what I'm watching from here, so if you're bullish this stock, the trend line, a lot of people use trend line. Yeah, I do use sometimes trend lines, but you can draw a trend line, something like this, and say, okay, so as soon as it breaks this trend line, sure, we can rally. And I'm open-minded regarding the price action, because this is what matters, price action. So whatever the price is, stock is trading at whatever the level, that's what market is willing to pay, and that's the fair price at that moment, at that time. So if people decided that this stock is worth $287 today, this is what market is willing to pay today. So this is how much it is worth right here, right now. So this, I mean, I accept that fact. Okay, so I don't fight with the market. I don't play that game. Okay, so if it breaks, sure, I will be watching breakout towards resistance of a 350 somewhere right here, resistance of 410 or maybe even 400. Yeah, somewhere around somewhere around 400, 420, 415. That was the zone. But you can see there's a lot of supply. But as long as the stock stays below 50-day moving average, this yellow line on my chart right here, which is 325-ish at the moment, still is in a downtrend. But the danger will come when this stock loses 200-day moving average, which is these. This is where it was bouncing. You can see this red line. This is the 200-day moving average. So meaning on average last 200 days, that's what people have paid on average, $240. That's what it is, okay? That's the moving average. So as soon as it cracks 240, I would be watching this stock, the breakout area of $200 level, okay? So, but I went to the Bitcoin, but I didn't discuss the Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin. What's going on with the Bitcoin? So last time we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about this area, 91-ish, being a defense. Of course, you guys saw the strategic reserve and all that stuff, but the point is they're not going to buy Bitcoin. And we had a clue in the Discord, and we were joking, we're talking about it, and many other places we're talking about it as well, that strategic reserve, basically whatever they have seized, whatever the coins they have seized, yeah, that will go to strategic reserve, but they're not going to borrow money, or they're not going to essentially pour new money into this asset, okay? And you can see this pump and dump where, I don't have other way of calling it, okay? So right here, the stock was basically Bitcoin was trading near its 200-day moving average, and I was speculating that it could bounce off of these levels, but nobody could predict that it could bounce like this last weekend, where one tweet, and this is just crazy, because Bitcoin's market capitalization, it's not a small asset at these prices, okay? So if you guys go to, okay, let's take a look at it here. 1.7 trillion capitalization, okay? So like to go up $250 billion in one night and then come down very next day, wiping out another 200 billion. This is very, very crazy move, okay? So, and I have no other way of calling it, okay? And you can see what happened. We can still get back above this 92. We cannot stay above that level. As long as this 50-day moving average, again, I use this because, again, many funds, institutional investors, like short-term traders, 50-day, 200-day. I keep it very simple. And I use it because price action respects these levels. Whenever stock is above it, you can see it acts as a support above 250-day moving average. As soon as below 50-day moving average, you can see it acted as a resistance, flush down, and now it's between 50-day and 200-day. So now the big thing is, people are watching the rate cuts. Will the Fed cut rates? So that's what a lot of people are looking at. So where is the FOMC? Fed Watch tool. There you go. So if we take a look at the Fed Watch tool, I mean, for small caps, this is what people are praying for. So essentially, they're thinking that, okay, easy money, and then we'll see Bitcoin go back. So you can see now, going into May, we were not pricing rate cuts. Now, the probability of one rate cut, has gone up from essentially 0. And then if you take a look at it to June, yeah, it's still, people think that they're not going to cut it. But if this goes up significantly, if market comes down, this is what can fuel a lot. This is what a lot of people thinking. So people thinking that May cut, June pause, July cut, 3.7. So basically 2 cuts, September. So this is what you need to monitor. So actually, as soon as money gets cheap, this is when you will see people go after these kind of risky assets. So my take is that Bitcoin can slowly come down to these breakout areas of a 73K from last year. And you saw actually the Tesla and stock market as a whole wiped out the election gains. But Bitcoin is the only one which hasn't filled fully this gap. So, and I think that it will happen, and I think it will go to 74 at some point. I don't know when, but at that moment, I would be watching MSTR maybe flush out the 200-day moving average and go to $200 levels. So that's what I'm watching. But so far, yeah, it is above 200-day moving average. That's your support above 20-day. If it gets back above it, sure, it can go up. But again, I don't think so. I'm more bearish this stock. But right here, right now, neutral. But if it cracks 200-day moving average, I have no problem seeing the stock at $200 levels. You can see how it has been swinging. So I'm going to be watching that level. But again, I'm not telling you to buy or sell. This is not a buy or sell recommendation. This is purely for entertainment, educational purposes only. That's what I'm watching for MSTR. Yes, I didn't look at the SEC filings because I don't think they bought any coins this week, this past week. So, but we'll take a look at it on Monday, what kind of filings they come up with, and we'll go from there. So that's the update for MSTR. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Take care. Peace.